Hello everyone, hello viewers, hello my learners, and everyone watching this video out there. In today's lesson or today's video, I will be taking you right away to the simple verb tenses, specifically tenses, but particularly in this video or this presentation, I will be taking you through the simple verb tenses. It's me, your teacher Friday again, teacher of English, and today I said we shall be looking at the tenses, and specifically the simple verb tenses. Yeah, the simple verb tenses or the simple tenses are broken down into three categories, like you're seeing on your screen. They are broken down into three categories, or three kinds, or three types. The first one is the present simple tense, and the second one is the simple past tense, and then the third one is the future simple tense, or the simple future tense, like you're seeing them there. Now we shall be looking at them one by one in details. We shall begin with the simple present tense, or the present simple tense. Some people call it present simple tense, but it is a simple present tense. And here they tell you that we use the base form, like I walk. Then we see, when we're still in our low primary somewhere, they told us that the simple tense tells us about things which happen every day, like something that happens on a daily basis, something that happens and keeps on continuing happening. Or we use the base form plus an ace at the end of the word that we are talking about. For example, he works. You can't say he work every day. No, you say he works every day. So we get the word work, or that verb there, and then we add ace, or sometimes we add es, depending on the base form we are using. Okay. Now here, base form, the first one, which takes ace only, we say he works, she works, it works. You may say they work. If at all there are very many, you say they work. You can't say they works, okay? Yeah, but if you use one, you say he works, she works, like that. And when you're referring to yourself, you say I work. You can't say I works, okay? Like that. So we have the base form which adds es onto the verb, like I watch. You can't say she watches. She watches. I study. He studies. He also studies. You can't say I studies. You say I study. If you're referring to yourself, and when you're referring to very many people, you take the singular form. You don't add es. I work. They work. You can't say they works. It sounds grammatically wrong, okay? Now here I have some general rules that guide us into that present simple tense. One, a general truth. For example, the sky is blue. That is a typical activity. For example, I always brush after I eat. I told you in the beginning. But when you're referring to yourself, you don't add ace or es or ies. You leave it straight away the way it is. But when you're referring to somebody else, you can say Bobby watches TV every night. Bobby watches TV every night. You add es because you're referring to somebody else, and this person you're referring to, they are not very many. You're referring to an individual. That's why it takes es. And then you can say Sarah works 5 days a week. Sarah works 5 days a week. You're referring to an individual, and this person is one, and she works. Okay, you can't say they works. You say they work. I told you in the very first beginning. And a statement of something existing at the time of speaking, something happening at that particular time. In most cases, we don't add ace. I hear the train coming. I hear the train coming. you can say I hear the train coming. Though we say we add es or s, it doesn't apply onto that. Okay. I smell smoke. You are continuing to smell the smoke. It's present simple, but we don't add s there. I wanted to show you this so that it can guide you. Number 4, a schedule or an event or an activity. For example, my plane leaves at 8:30 tomorrow. So it always leaves at that particular time. Though even tomorrow it's going to leave, but it always leaves at that particular time. Okay. And then here I have some guiding questions that will help us apply this tense we've been learning about. And the guiding question instruction tells us choose the correct form of the words of the following verbs, and you fill it into the blank spaces. Like question 1, Anna dash handball every. Very well. Anna dash handball very well. We have open, we have speak, we have takes, we have does. So what do you think is the right alternative there? So the best alternative here is Anna plays handball very well. Anna plays handball very well. Okay. I'm sorry for this interruption. There's somebody trying to call me, but I will not be able to pick him. I will not be able to pick him. I will not be able to pick him. Let me ignore the call and we continue with the lesson. I'm sorry about the noise in the background, but let's proceed. The swimming pool dash at 7 in the morning. Yeah, it's already quiet. It's not making noise anymore. The swimming pool dash at 7 in the morning. So we have opens, we have speaks. You see the most suitable word. We fix it there. The swimming pool. My learners, can you put in your submission before I give you the right answer? Some people will say the swimming pool speaks. Can really a swimming pool speak? Another one will say the swimming pool opens. The swimming pool opens at 7 in the morning. Yeah, that is the right option. And another question says it does at 9 in the evening. It does at 9 in the evening. What does? What is the submission there? So it closes at 9 in the evening. I don't know what closes at 9. Maybe it might be a bar, it might be a shop, it might be a cafe, it might be an internet, something like that, or a school. Okay. Another question is bad driving dash many accidents. Bad driving dash many accidents. Can we say bad driving plays many accidents? No, it's really wrong. So we say bad driving causes many accidents. Yeah. Another question here is my parents dash in a very small flat. My parents dash in a very small flat. What is your suitable answer for that, my learner, or everybody watching this video? So my parents lives. My parents lives in a very small flat house. Another question is the Olympic Games dash plays every 4 years. Yeah, the Olympics Games dash plays. What do you think is the best answer? I think it's takes. Take place. We can't say the Olympics takes place. We say the Olympics take place every 4 months of the year. And then the other question here. There are good students. They always dash their homework. They always do their homework. My students dash a little English. my students, does speak a little English. Like I told you in the very beginning, that when we use the plural here, when you use a plural form, in most cases, when we use a plural form here, the verb, we don't add es or s. When we have a plural form into the sentence, here at the verb, we don't put es. But when we have a plural form, we don't add es. Even this was the error. My parents live, not a es. My parents live in a very flat house, not lives, because they are very many parents. When we say parents, we mean father, mother, and sister. So here it closes because it is one. It closes because it is one. So we add es. The swimming pool opens. It has added the s because it is singular. It is one swimming pool. That is why it has added that s. And Anna plays handball because Anna is one person. Okay? Yeah. I will be proceeding to another kind of simple tense. I began with the present. Now I'm heading to the past simple tense. And I will be guiding you here, the base form. Here in the past simple tense, we just add ed to the verb. We add ed to the verb if at all that verb is a regular verb. We add ed, that is base form 1. You know, there's some way where we will be forced to add d only, or sometimes you realize we add ied like that. If it is a regular form, we add d to the main verb, like I worked yesterday. I worked yesterday. So the verb was work, then we add ed, it becomes worked. I worked yesterday. The present past for irregular verbs, it depends on the way the sentence is. This one has no order. It has no specific order that here, since it is a regular, you'll add ed or what. No, it depends on how it is, on how the sentence is. For example, he ate lunch at noon. So the verb here is irregular. And the verb here was eating. So you see, eat, it has no specific order, like you can say eat, eated, eated. No, we say eat, ate, eaten. So it is irregular, it has no specific form, it has no specific order. So the general rules here that will guide us here: an activity in the other sentence began and completed at a particular time in the past, some time back. So this activity happened some good time back. For example, I went to work yesterday morning. So this particular person went some time back to work in the morning of the other day. Okay. Another rule here too, commonly used with after. We commonly use after, and sometimes we use before. We use after and before as a clause into this sentence. For example, after Bobby ate dinner, he drove to the CEC. After this man ate, you realize we are applying after into the sentence. After Bobby ate dinner, he drove to the CEC. So that means he had dinner first, then he decided to go for the CEC. So this verb eat, it becomes ate because it is an irregular verb. The students arrived in class before the teacher. The students arrived in class before the teacher. The verb we have here is a regular one. That is why it has ed. And then we are having before to describe, to show the time at which these students came into the class. Okay. I used it too in the past. Used to past habits. Used plus the base form, that is ed or ied, depending on the kind of verb we are using, whether regular or irregular. E.g., I used to ride horses when I was a kid. I used to ride horses when I was a kid. So you see here, in the verb we have, it has not changed to the past, but the sentence where the word is, the verb is, it is in the past tense. So it makes even the verb itself to go into the past tense, since it is fitted into a past form sentence. I have some guiding questions here that will help us understand what I've been explaining. I'm saying, give the correct form of the following verbs. Give the correct form of the following verbs. Like, I dash to the email after school. How do you think that is supposed to change in the past tense? So, I went to the email. I mean, not email, mall. It's mall. I'm sorry for that. I went to the mall after school. So each word you're seeing there in brackets, here in the answer form, we want you to put it into the past tense, my learners. My brother dashed a bear an hour ago. So in the brackets we have the word see. How do you think the word see can change into the past tense? So to me, I think the word see will change to I saw. My brother saw a bear an hour ago. Then dash Mike visited his grandmother last night. We have do. How do you think do can change into the past? So we say, did Mike visit his grandmother last night? It's an interrogative statement. It is a questioning statement. That is why it ends with a question mark. So do into the past tense changes to did. Alex did not dash last weekend. And we have work. Alex did not work. You can't say Alex did not work last weekend. No, it does not sound grammatically correct. So we say Alex did not work last weekend. We're proceeding. Dash Judy and Lizzie at last month's meeting. We have is. What did you think is the past form of is? So the past form is were. Were Judy and Lizzie at last month's meeting? Or somebody can say, was Judy? No. So was, you're referring to one, and where we're referring to a plural, or two and more. So number 6 says, we dash not happy after this, the third ending. We dash not happy after the third ending. And the question, the brackets we have are. What do you think is the past form of are? So we say, we were not happy after the sad ending. And question 7 says, dash you see Jody's new dog yesterday? So we look for the most suitable one and we fix it there. We say, did you see Jody's new dog yesterday? Interrogative, it requires an answer. Number 8, sorry, I didn't hear. I didn't hear you at the door. I'm sorry, I'm answering very fast so that we can go to something else. I dash English for 2 years. So here we say, I studied English for 2 years. So the past form of study is studied. And number 10, what dash do you eat for lunch yesterday? So here we have the word do, and we need the past form of do, and I think the past form of do is did. What did you eat for lunch yesterday? I told you into this presentation or this video I'll be taking you into the tenses, and I began with the present simple tense, and I have went to the past simple tense, and I will be proceeding to the past. I mean, I began with the present simple tense, then I went to the past simple tense, then I'm going to the past future tense. Here we'll use the base form. For example, I will work tomorrow. He will eat dinner late. Future, we are referring to something that will happen in some time to come. It has not yet happened, but we expect it to happen. Or you can say, you can use is, are, going to plus the base form. For example, I am going to work tomorrow. She is going to eat dinner at Ali's restaurant. We are going to study Unit 1 tonight. So we are referring in the future tense. In most cases, we always referring to something that has not yet happened, but we expect it to happen in the shortest time possible. So here are the guiding questions. No, not guiding questions really, but guiding statements that will guide us to understand the past future tense very well. In a future event or an activity, for example, our break will begin at 8. The break has not yet begun, so we expect it to begin at 8:10. I will study later. I will study at that particular time. The time has not yet come, but you expect to study at that particular time. I'm going to study later. I'll be studying at that particular time, if at all that time comes. Another guiding way is here. We use will. Not going to volunteer. For example, I waited a second. I will help you with that sofa. Wait a second. I'm reading it right now. Wait a second. I will help you with that sofa. So this person wants something, but they can't give it to him at that particular time. So he has to wait in a time coming, and that particular thing will be given to that particular person at that particular time, if that time comes. If you try to move it by yourself, your back will be out for a week. So if this particular person does not wait for the help, then they will get a problem with their back for a whole week. So we also use going to and not will with a provised plan. E.g., I am going to mow my lane tomorrow. I'm going to mow my lane tomorrow. Mowing, mowing with a machine. This person is planning to mow the compound the following day. And straight away, I'll be taking you through the guiding question. And after the guiding questions, I'll be ending this tutorial there, because I told you I'll begin at present simple, I'll go to the past, then a future, and I will be winding up this video. I'll be winding up with these guiding questions here. They're giving us an instruction that using the words in a parenthesis, most of you are used to brackets. So parentheses are the same as brackets. Using the words in a parenthesis, complete the text below with an appropriate tense. The most suitable tense. We have the words already in the brackets, and I want you to fill them there. Why are you holding a piece of paper? And somebody replies that I am holding a paper. I am dying a letter to my friends back home in Texas. So this is the response. So we see how you can use that word in a brackets. I am going to write a letter to my friend back home in Texas. Another question says, I am about to fall asleep. I need to wake up. And I dash you a cup of coffee that will wake you up. I will get you a cup of coffee that will help you, that will wake you up. Question 3 is, I can't hear the television. Then we continue and say, I dash it up so that you can hear it. I will turn it up so that you can hear it. So we are fixing in the most suitable word. And number 4 says, we are so excited about our trip next month to France. We dash Paris, Nice, and Grenoble. So we say, we are going to visit Paris, Nice, and Grenoble. Question 5 says, Sarah dash to the party. Olive dash there as well. So we say, Sarah will come to the party. Olive will be there as well. And Ted, it is not hot here. Sarah, I dash the air conditioner. It is so hot here. Then Sarah said, I will turn the air conditioner on. So I will be winding up from there, my viewers and my learners. Thank you for tuning in this video. Thank you for keeping locked, and thank you for keeping watching my videos till the end. Any responses, you can mail me, you can WhatsApp me. If at all you have my contacts I gave in the previous tutorial.